The real reason the U.S. doesn't want Chinese EVs. Have you ever thought about why the U.S. is so hesitant to accept Chinese electric cars, even though they are more advanced technologically and cost less? What if the reasons aren't just about money? What if they have to do with national security and military independence as well? This video explains the complicated set of reasons why the United States doesn't want Chinese EVs and looks at how this might affect the future of the auto business. Are you ready to find out what really happened in this car fight? Check back to find out. There is now more rivalry as the global car industry moves toward EVs. Chinese automakers are among the major participants in this developing sector, having achieved notable advancements in EV production and technology. But even with the apparent benefits, Chinese EVs have had a difficult time breaking into the American market. The actual reason the U.S. is hesitant to accept Chinese EVs is a confluence of political, economic, and geopolitical reasons, all of which are driving this reluctance. China is now the world leader in both the manufacturing and consumption of electric vehicles. The expansion of the EV sector in China has been facilitated by notable investments, government initiatives, and customer demand. Key players that provide vehicles that are both reasonably priced and technologically advanced are BYD, NIO, and XPeng. With the goal of establishing China as a leader in the global automotive transition, the Chinese government has encouraged these advancements through subsidies, infrastructural expenditures, and advantageous legislation. Economic competitiveness is one of the main reasons the United States is leery about Chinese EVs. For more than a century, the American automobile industry has been a vital component of the nation's economy, creating millions of employment and making a sizable GDP contribution. The emergence of Chinese electric vehicle producers poses a direct threat to American automakers such as Tesla, General Motors, and Ford, which are all making significant investments in electric vehicles. Because of their cheaper production costs, Chinese EV manufacturers may be able to undercut American manufacturers when they enter the American market. Due to economies of scale, reduced labor costs, and substantial government support, Chinese automakers are able to offer cars at competitive rates. The U.S. auto industry could find it difficult to compete on pricing without sacrificing profitability in light of this economic advantage. The unwillingness to accept Chinese EVs has been mostly attributed to trade tensions between the United States and China. Trump administration initiated tariffs on a range of Chinese commodities, including automobiles, were part of the trade war. The purpose of these tariffs was to rectify trade imbalances and shield American industry from foreign competition. Even though the Biden administration has made an effort to reduce some trade tensions, issues with fair trade policies, theft of intellectual property, and market access still exist. They can be interpreted as giving in to unfair competition if Chinese EVs are allowed to enter the American market without solving these problems. Because of this, trade obstacles and tariffs still exist, making it difficult for Chinese automakers to compete on the American market. Another crucial component of U.S. hostility to Chinese EVs is national security. Concerns regarding possible cyber and espionage threats are raised by the incorporation of sophisticated technologies such as software, data networking, and autonomous driving features in modern cars. There are concerns that Chinese firms may be using their vehicles for data collecting or surveillance, due to the scrutiny and accusations that they are influenced by or under the direction of the Chinese government. By imposing restrictions on firms like Huawei and ZTE, the U.S. government has already taken action to lessen the dominance of Chinese technology companies in other industries, like telecommunications. Similar worries exist in the automotive industry, where integrating EVs manufactured in China may be seen as a threat to national security. Sustaining technical innovation and leadership is a top strategic goal for the United States. The shift to electric vehicles marks a crucial turning point in preserving the nation's position as a leader in automotive innovation and technology. Taking Chinese EVs on board can be interpreted as giving up ground in the competition for supremacy in technology. The United States wants to make sure it stays at the forefront of automobile technology, thus it is promoting a domestic EV industry. This covers developments in autonomous vehicles, renewable energy sources, and battery technologies. Encouraging American businesses in these sectors not only strengthens the national economy, but also keeps the United States of America at the forefront of innovation worldwide. An additional factor in the resistance to adopting Chinese EVs is environmental and regulatory requirements. All automobiles must adhere to strict safety and environmental laws in the United States. Even though Chinese automakers have achieved great strides, it is unclear if their cars will always live up to these lofty expectations. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Environmental Protection Agency are two major regulatory bodies that oversee the U.S. automobile industry. Strict testing and certification procedures would be necessary to guarantee that Chinese EVs abide by these rules. Any alleged shortcuts or shortcomings in achieving these requirements run the danger of undermining consumer confidence and jeopardizing environmental and public safety objectives. Trust and consumer perception are key components of any car brand's success. American consumers are used to certain standards of quality, dependability, and service, and have historically been devoted to homegrown companies. In the American market, Chinese manufacturers continue to struggle to establish trust and brand awareness despite their improvements. Major obstacles include worries about quality assurance, post-purchase servicing, and parts and repair availability. Geopolitical unrest and unfavorable opinions about Chinese goods can also affect purchasing decisions. It will need significant marketing spending, the development of a strong service network, and constant production of high-quality cars that live up to customer expectations to overcome these obstacles. The American approach to the automobile business is based on two fundamental principles: industrial strategy and strategic autonomy. The shift to electric vehicles is viewed as a chance to lower reliance on foreign oil, reindustrialize the U.S. economy, and generate high-caliber jobs. The United States wants to develop a robust and independent automobile sector by putting an emphasis on homegrown innovation and manufacture. This strategy fits in with larger initiatives to support U.S. industry and lessen weak points in vital supply networks. The COVID-19 epidemic brought attention to the dangers of relying too much on foreign suppliers, which prompted demands for increased industry self-sufficiency. A component of this strategic strategy is promoting the development of a homegrown EV industry. The EV market is significantly shaped by government regulations and incentives. The American government has put in place a number of initiatives to encourage the use of electric vehicles, such as tax breaks, financial aid, and investments in infrastructure for charging them. The purpose of these subsidies is to increase demand and aid in the expansion of domestic EV producers. These efforts might be hampered by allowing Chinese EVs to directly compete in the U.S. market, which would take demand away from U.S. businesses. Thus, policymakers are wary of leveling the playing field in case it hurts indigenous manufacturers. One important factor to take into account is making sure that government incentives successfully encourage the development of a domestic EV industry. There are a number of intricate political, economic, and geopolitical reasons why the United States is reluctant to accept Chinese electric vehicles. However, total isolation is neither desired nor practical given the global character of the automotive sector. Collaboration and competition must be balanced for the EV market to flourish sustainably. Promoting cooperation in areas where benefits to both parties can be attained is one such course of action. This covers partnerships, technology exchanges, and teamwork to create international standards for electric vehicles. Together, the U.S. and China can tackle issues like battery recycling, infrastructure for charging, and lessening the environmental effect of car manufacturing. The United States needs to keep funding homegrown innovation and encouraging the expansion of its electric vehicle sector if it wants to stay competitive. This entails providing money for R&D, improving worker education and training initiatives, and fostering an atmosphere that encourages innovation and entrepreneurship. In order to promote cooperation between business, academia, and government and to propel scientific developments, public-private partnerships can be extremely important. Utilizing the advantages of multiple partners, the United States can quicken the advancement and introduction of state-of-the-art electric vehicle technology. Another essential component of raising American competitiveness in the EV market is fortifying supply chains. Reducing reliance on foreign suppliers and broadening the sources of essential resources like cobalt, lithium, and rare earth metals are part of this. Supply chain risks can be reduced and a steady supply of necessary components can be guaranteed by creating domestic sources and making investments in recycling and alternative materials. For EV adoption to be effective, consumer awareness and education are essential. Accurate information about the advantages, prices, and functionality of electric cars can help debunk misconceptions and inspire trust in customers. Comprehensive education programs that address common concerns and show the benefits of switching to electric vehicles should be a part of government and industry efforts to promote EVs. The United States' reluctance to accept Chinese electric vehicles is actually due to a variety of factors, including strategic autonomy, technological leadership, economic rivalry, and national security concerns. Even though these elements pose serious obstacles, they also emphasize how critical it is to build a strong and resilient local EV market. The United States can successfully manage the complexity of the global EV industry and maintain its position as a pioneer in sustainable mobility by investing in innovation, fortifying supply chains, and encouraging cooperation. Achieving the common aim of a cleaner, more sustainable future will require striking a balance between cooperation and competition with China and other global players. The United States of America must continue to be watchful in defending its national security, advancing scientific developments, and safeguarding its economic interests as the globe shifts to electric transportation. By doing this, it may be possible to develop a strong domestic EV market that is advantageous to the environment, the economy, and consumers. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to be the first to watch our in-depth analyses, expert interviews, and exciting discussions.